the other night on Goathollow's radio show on the Prepper Broadcasting Network, his guest was Katzcradul, my very special friend. Now, I was in the chat room and I was listening online, and I was kind of fielding questions and helping people, leading them to the websites and things like that. But Katzcradul recently talked about how she had canned clementines, or cuties, or mandarin oranges, if you will. Well, I'm doing that today. It's actually Friday evening, and when I saw that she had done it in her little video earlier this week where she showed just the final product, I knew I had to do this. So I went to the store today. I bought 4 flats of Cuties. Now they have to be mandarin oranges and they have to be seedless. So I use Cuties as the brand name. There may be other brands of seedless mandarin oranges, but these are super small and they're perfect for fitting in a canning jar. And Rick and I spent a little time peeling all of these, and I'm jarring them up.
That's what it's showing.
It's fine, because we're ready. I'll just have him pan. I've got my rings and my lids, and Rick is kind of tethered because the battery's going dead, but I've got my rings and lids over here. They're steaming away. I've got my simple syrup. This is a light syrup. And what I've done here, I don't want a heavy syrup. I have a light syrup. So this is 2 cups of water to 5 cups, 2 cups of sugar to 5 cups of water. 2 cups of sugar to 5 cups of water. This is actually 6 cups of sugar to 15 cups of water in here, because I don't want to run out of simple syrup. And I've got my water bath canner simmering away. The water is just under a boil. Well, it is boiling actually. And it's ready to receive our jars. So I'm just about finished popping these oranges into the jars. My hands are very clean, and I'm just kind of fitting them in here. You don't have to, you can actually segment these completely. You can break them up any way you want to. I'm just fitting them in the jars because I want the jar to hold as much as I can, because I don't know if your family is like my family, but if I open a can of mandarin oranges, I better open 2 cans of mandarin oranges because they love them. And mandarin oranges are expensive, and this is a good time of year to buy citrus. January and February, citrus is always on sale. So I got all of my pint jars out, and I washed them in warm soapy water. I inspected them for cracks and chips. And now I'm just fitting these. This is, I think, the most challenging part was peeling these things. That's the thing that took the most time.
But these are super easy to peel too.
And they are. Just like that little commercial, if you've seen it, you know, Cuties are for kids.
You know why kids love Cuties?
Because Cuties are made for kids. They're really easy to peel, and they're really small. So, like I said, you can break them up. That's so pretty. And when these get all finished, they're going to look even more pretty. More pretty?
More prettier.
That's prettier. That would probably be... Yeah. And yes, I'm going to stand here and I'm going to fill these jars and talk at you while I'm doing this. And if you come across a couple of little strands, just pull them off and toss them in the sink and move forward. Again, this is not rocket science. You still need to take all of your safety precautions, as with any canning project. And frankly, if I have some of these left, I washed out 20 quarts, 20 pints, pardon me. But because, I'm pretty sure because of the shape, I kind of estimated 20 jars because I bought 20 pounds of Cuties. And I only have one more jar, so we're going to have some oranges that are already peeled in the fridge, and everybody can just help themselves. I'm not even going to sweat it. I'm just going to roll with it. Because I think 20 pints is probably...
See, all that yelling for nothing.
Oh, what yelling?
At me for eating the Cuties.
I didn't yell at you. All right. And you just want to kind of fit them in there the best you can. Sometimes they're not going to go. I figure it doesn't matter if they're broken up because you're going to break them up when you take them out of the jar anyway. So, and I'm leaving, I would say, at least a ½ inch of headspace in there. This is what I have left. I'm probably going to just put those in a Ziploc bag and stick them in the fridge. And everybody can help themselves.
That's the coffee maker you hear. It's actually got tea in it.
All right. My simple syrup has come to a boil. And I'm going to turn it down. And now I think, are you good?
Yeah.
Okay. Or should I? Here, we'll do this. Let's do this.
There's Tally.
Here's Tally girl. Okay, because Rick is tethered, I'm just going to pick up my simple syrup and bring it over here because that'll be easier for him.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to ladle our hot syrup into our jars. Perfect. And these wide mouths aren't going to probably be the most cooperative, but we are going to work with it. There we go.
So you have a mismatch of jars.
I have some wide mouths and some regular. With the oranges, it doesn't really matter. They fit through the lid, the opening. It doesn't bother me. It's what was in the box outside. So I like to store my canning jar lids. My canning jar lids. I store my canning jars after I've washed them in the dishwasher when they've been, emptied. I just have a bin. Rick built me this really great cabinet out on my deck. And it was just a simple answer because we had a lot of bins out there and it looked just ugly. So he built me this cabinet out of 1x1s and some trellis, and he made with plywood. He made some shelves, and he just houses the bins out there so that way when I need to access a bin, I don't have to go through an entire stack of bins to get the bin that I need. Now, get my magnet. Let's see here.
This one's a little light.
Is it?
Need a little more of it. Next one. Up.
This
Corner.
one?
Corner.
This
Oh,
one?
yeah.
There we go. I could use a little more too. And your oranges are going to float, so bear that in mind.
That's got a speck of something right there.
Okay.
Let me know.
No, that's fine. Because I forgot to do something.
You have to wipe off the
I
rims.
forgot to wipe my rims, so now we have to. Okay, now we can't use that. Bother. Alright, I have a clean one over here. All ready to go. Alright.
Live TV, folks.
Real life, no kidding. Alright, I'm kind of cramped for space here, and Rick not being able to move with the camera is not easy, not helping either, so. We're just going to go around the rim and clean them off, like so. And let's try this again. Probably would help if I turn the burner off too. Huh? There we go. And of course, the small lids that I need are in the very bottom because I thought I was being smart. Well, what I'm going to do is I am going to finish putting all of the liquid in these, and then I'm going to come back when it's time to put them in the canner, and then we'll talk about processing time. Hey, I am ready to put my oranges. Don't they look pretty? Oh my goodness. Put them in the canner. And then we're going to wait for it to come to a boil before we start our timer. We're going to process these. I'm going to process these for 15 minutes. And they should seal fine. Let's see. Maybe I'll do 20 minutes. No, 15 minutes, probably good. I'm so conflicted. Okay. There they go. Perfect. We'll put the lid back on there. You're going to wait for it to come to a boil. What you see in there, the water bubbles coming up, is not the water boiling. It is air escaping from the jars that you just put in there. When it comes to a full and rolling boil, you're going to set your timer for 15 minutes. But since I know this is going to take about 5 minutes to come back to a boil, I'm just going to set my timer for 20 minutes. And when it's time to come back and take them out, I'll come back and show you what happens. Here they are, fresh out of the canner. 8 beautiful jars of home canned Mandarin oranges. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I think they would make such a lovely gift for a neighbor, or for really just a little thank you gift or whatever if you want to take it to somebody. And you're going to have home canned oranges anytime you want, as long as they last. So I'm just going to continue canning, and I'm going to get the rest of these processed, and then I'm going to let them sit there overnight. I'm not going to touch them, and then I'm going to let them seal. They'll start to ping, and everything will be great. So I hope that you give this a try. I hope this inspires you and shows you that you can do this yourself. If you've never tried canning, this is probably a really good place to start because you really don't have a lot of extra things to do. You peel the oranges, you pop them in there, you make a syrup, you pour it over, you bubble, you debubble, you wipe off, and then you process. So the house is really pretty simple, and it's really a good basic canning lesson. So I hope you try this, I hope you love it, and I hope if you like what you see, you rate, comment, and subscribe. And until next time, happy canning!